him flush. Still, it's tough to really say. He was only 13 seconds.
Frankie, why aren't you being more demanding about having a title fight against Conor McGregor now? You're so calm and mellow about it.
Well,
a lot of people shout and they get their way,
Yeah. Do they? I don't know if they do. I feel like I've been saying it after every post-fight interview. I'm calling Dana out, everything. I mean, shit. Last night he told me I'm getting it. So,
really?
Yeah.
And
he said it at the press conference. I'm next in line. And I just seen him outside the cage. Conor's going up. We don't know what we're gonna do. Or Conor might give Aldo a rematch. But then Conor just did an interview, said he'd like to fight me possibly. So I like the latter.
And you feel you've got the style to be his nightmare, yeah?
Sure, I do. I feel like I match up well with him, man. I mean, you see what Chad did with him on a 15-day camp. But I come in prepared always.
Do you think
I'll be ready.
Do you think that one of the big things Aldo says, trash talk didn't affect him, but he did kind of rush out in an unnormal way? You don't get emotionally invested in your fights. You never have. Do you feel like, no matter what Conor says, that's a big advantage for you?
Yeah, I do. I try to keep even keel. You want to be emotional when you're in there. I mean, to the best you can be. And again, if I'm not getting, I went through a camp dealing with Conor, so I'm sure I can get under your skin, but I got to try to keep everything no highs, no lows throughout the whole camp.
If you get the fight with Conor McGregor as promised, are you comfortable waiting to UFC 200 if that's when they want to do it?
I mean, I'd probably rather fight sooner, but whatever the UFC wants. I mean, I'm not going to mess around with a title shot, especially against Conor.
But you don't have a preference? Like, that's a huge event. Like,
I would love it my preference is for Madison Square Garden to get done, and I'll fight him in New York in a garden. That'd be my preference, but I don't know how that's going to work out.
The way it all played out this weekend, though, I mean, his 13-second knockout and you knocking out Chad in the first round, it does seem kind of, I know we can't, match make, and obviously you got to wait and see how things play out, but it does kind of seem fitting that would be the fight that would come together.
Yeah, it does, and that's, I believe, what he said in his interview is that, based on my performance yesterday, it's enticing him to keep around at 45, He's got one more challenge, and that's me. I think I'm the guy to throw him at this point.
So a very short title reign is what you're predicting for him.
Yeah. Yes, very short title reign.
Thanks, Frankie.
I believe we heard those lyrics yesterday.
Yeah. Awesome. Conor keeps backing up his talk. He does. You gotta give him that.
How did you think the fight would go?
I didn't think it was gonna go like that. I mean, I don't think anybody did.
Were you picking Aldo?
I did. I originally picked Aldo. I gotta, my hat goes off to McGregor though. He showed up.
Do you think it was more an emotional mistake or like technical mistake?
I think a little bit of both. I think his emotions got the best of him. He technically rushed in. Maybe it was a little not like Aldo to rush in like that. Hand was down, and kudos to McGregor. He stepped back, planted that left hand right on his chin.
Do you think all the trash talk played some role in this?
It may have. I don't know. I feel like Aldo was handling it pretty well, but. You get in there, you want to get your hands on him. You got to be patient sometimes.
How quick do you go back and start prepping and start laying down the foundation?
I'm sure my coaches are ready figuring it out. Of course I am. I'll definitely take this week, spend with my family. But I'm coming. I'm coming for that belt.
If they decide for the rematch, will you be disappointed?
Of course, I'll be disappointed, especially when Dana told me, I'm next in line. But. We'll see. See what we're here tonight.
I was going to say, did you text him yet? Is that why you're here to sort of
I'm definitely here.
remind them?
I'm definitely here. I mean, they're going to see me. We'll see.
Frankie, I know it's not fair asking you that, but do you think Jose Aldo deserved like a rematch? Because he was the only champion. This
yeah, I mean, yeah, does he deserve it? Yeah, what he's done, sure. But the way it happened, it was so quick, and I don't know. Maybe let him chill out for a little bit. And he doesn't like to fight so often. He may have a 6-month suspension. McGregor will want to get in there sooner. Me and McGregor get down, and then Aldo gets the winner loss.
Is anybody worried right now? So what his next step is?
Definitely, man. Like I said, I was told yesterday I was next in line. So we will see.
Why do you think that would change with such a decisive win?
I don't know. I'm hearing that McGregor may go up to 55. Yeah. I don't know. He's got one more fight at 45 before he goes 55. What's that? Yeah, it's my coach. Call.
If what Dana said yesterday that you can get whatever you want, what would that be?
If I can get whatever I want, I mean, I'd love to fight McGregor, and Madison Square Garden, April 17th, date to have reserved. That'd be everything.
Yeah, don't you think McGregor would like a historic fight like that? I mean, everyone's
sure.
been waiting for Madison Square Garden.
For sure,
so.
I think he's perfect for it.
Yeah,
Perfect for
exactly,
it,
right?
You know, a lot of Irish in New York.
There are.
Yeah.
Akira says hi.
Tell him I said hello.
Yeah, from Sweden.
All right.
Would Croke Park be okay though?
Yeah, that'd be awesome too. I mean, going into enemy territory, I guess, per se. Although the Irish fans I met this weekend have been awesome. Really, really awesome people. But yeah, that'd be amazing. It'd be the biggest event ever.
What'd you make of that quick finish?
Yeah, it was impressive. You know, you gotta say, Conor lives up to everything he says.
So he's the real deal then.
For sure. This guy's been the real deal for a while. I was never one of the ones that never wanted to give him credit. You know, I mean, I think people hear his mouth and the way he talks about people, and they're slow to give him the credit he deserves. But he shows it in the cage every time.
What would you like about the matchup between you and him?
I just think it's kryptonite. You know, I mean, we see what Chad did with him on 15 days' notice, and Chad's not one to stay in the gym at all. I'm kind of in the gym a lot. You give me a good camp, you know, and ample time to prepare for him. I'm gonna be able to beat McGregor.
How would you handle it if they were to say book a rematch with Aldo and McGregor?
Yeah, I'd be floored. You know, I'm upset. That's what I'm hoping don't happen. So fingers crossed.
What do you think happens to him?
What do I think happened to him?
What do you think happens
to him? I don't know. I think he's gonna bounce back. I mean, you know, or who knows? I mean, I heard you always hear things about Aldo, and you don't really know what's going on with him. He's on the fence about fighting and whatnot. Maybe he doesn't want to fight no more. I don't know. Maybe this is gonna motivate him to get back on the horse, you know, and get back to the title. Who knows?
Thank you, Frankie.
Got it.
Thanks,
Got it,
Frankie.
guys. No problem.